When we think of the most dangerous places in the world, our thoughts go to active volcanoes. Enormous bodies of water and massive deserts where temperatures can reach up to 56 degrees Celsius. However, have you ever thought that one of the most deadly places is not somewhere out in the open, but rather deep inside the ocean? Welcome to the channel. And today let's find out more about the Bermuda Triangle mystery. New evidence revealed. So stick around until the end of the video. Also, before we start the video, do we forget to hit the like button and subscribe so that you won't miss any future updates from us. The Bermuda Triangle is a region in the western part of the North Atlantic Ocean, where a number of aircraft and ships are said to mysteriously disappear. It is roughly bounded by Miami, Bermuda, and Puerto Rico. The exact boundaries of the triangle are somewhat ambiguous, and other than the aforementioned points, it includes the Bahamas, Cuba, and the Turks and Caicos Islands. The region is sometimes also called the Devil's Triangle or the Hurricane Alley. The legend goes that ships and planes vanish within this zone without a trace, victims of some mysterious force. But is there any truth to the mystery? Or is it all just a myth? Well, despite many theories, the reality is no one really knows what happened to the ships and planes that went missing in this area. People have come up with creative explanations for the Bermuda Triangle mysteries, including a methane gas theory, a giant underwater volcano, and even alien spacecrafts. No one can say for sure how many ships and planes have been lost in the Bermuda Triangle because records were not kept in the early days when many ships disappeared. Some reports indicate that between 1918 and 1963 alone, almost 500 planes and 200 ships were lost in the Bermuda Triangle. More than 100,000 people died with them. In 1950, a U.S. Navy report claimed that 37 aircraft had vanished in the Bermuda Triangle between December 1949 and May 1950. This sparked public interest in the subject and led to various theories being proposed to explain the disappearances. Flight 19 was a group of 5 U.S. Navy torpedo bombers that disappeared over the Bermuda Triangle in December 1945. This event fueled conspiracy theories about the area and inspired author Vincent Gaddis to coin the term Bermuda Triangle in an article published in 1964. Gaddis suggested that there could be a portal to another dimension in the area. According to another theory, the compass in the planes may have malfunctioned due to magnetic anomalies in the area. However, the official investigation concluded that the pilots of Flight 19 became disoriented and lost at sea after running out of fuel. On December 29, 1945, the 5 torpedo bombers took off from Fort Lauderdale for a training exercise. However, they never returned to the base. The next morning, a search plane was sent to look for them, but they too went missing. Of the 14 men on the flight, only one body was ever recovered. In January 1952, chartered DC-3 was carrying 32 members of the bowling team from the U.S. Air Force Base in Suffolk, England, to Bermuda. Shortly after takeoff, the pilot reported engine trouble and requested to return to the airport. But radio contact was lost soon afterwards, and the plane was never seen again. Wreckage from the plane was found 5 months later near the Azores Islands, Portugal, but no explanation was found for the crash. In February 1953, a Navy transport plane was flying from Oakland, California to Honolulu, Hawaii, with 26 people on board. Bad weather forced them to make an overnight stop in the middle of their journey. But in the morning, when the crew tried to take off, the plane crashed and burned, killing everyone on board. A search team later discovered wreckage from the plane, but the cause of the crash remained unknown. June 1955, a B-29 with 17 people on board was flying from Fort Lauderdale to Puerto Rico. When it ran into bad weather, the plane began to lose altitude, and the crew requested to divert to an alternate airport. But shortly after, contact with the plane was lost, and it was never seen again. The wreckage was later found on a remote island, but there was no evidence of a crash. There were also no signs of life on the island, leading to speculation that the occupants of the plane may have been abducted by aliens. In March 1963, a B-24 bomber was flying from Florida to Puerto Rico when it disappeared. The plane was part of a group of 4 bombers taking part in a training exercise. But the missing plane was never located. One of the other bombers later flew back to Florida, but the pilot reported seeing no sign of the missing plane. A search was conducted, but no trace of the plane or its 9 crew members was ever found. The disappearance of Star Tiger in January 1948 remains a mystery. The plane was flying from Lisbon, Portugal, to the Azores Islands when it disappeared. A search was conducted, but no trace of the plane was ever found. There were no signs of a crash or mechanical failure, and the cause of the disappearance remains unknown. Over the years, many theories have been proposed to explain the disappearances in the Bermuda Triangle. Some believe that the area is cursed, while others blame it on natural phenomena, such as hurricanes and rogue waves. Some theories suggest that there is a portal to another dimension, or a magnetic anomaly that causes compasses to malfunction. Others blame it on alien activity. However, none of these theories have been proven, and the truth is, no one knows what happened to the ships and planes that have disappeared in the Bermuda Triangle. In recent times, experts have finally revealed the secret behind the Bermuda Triangle. The new investigation has revealed that an underwater volcano may be the reason for the disaster. According to a new study by the GEBCO, which is the General Bathymetric Chart of the Oceans, the main reason for the mysterious disasters is the Samoan Islands' underwater volcanic eruptions. In fact, the powerful eruption of the volcano caused the displacement of thousands of cubic kilometers of debris. As a result, ships and airplanes passing through the region were caught off guard. However, despite the researchers' best efforts, they have not yet been able to map the ocean floor precisely. The research vessel equipped with sonar sailed across the Atlantic Ocean in 2009 and 2010, and then mapped approximately 100,000 square kilometers of the ocean floor. They also used the latest satellite altimeters to monitor variations in sea level. Researchers also used ship-based and airborne gravimeters to determine variations in Earth's gravitational field. Using this method, scientists were able to map the Samoan Islands, which are located 2,500 meters below the ocean surface. Scientists have estimated that the volcano erupted several times in the past few decades, and the last eruption occurred in the early 1990s. According to the experts, the displaced debris from the eruption may have resulted in the deaths of the ships and airplanes. They also added that the new data will help them to understand the dynamics of deep ocean water. This will allow them to identify new risks and hazards related to maritime transportation and underwater volcanism. What do you think about this? You find this information interesting and useful? Let us know in the comments below. We hope you enjoyed the video. For more amazing videos, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button. If you want to watch more videos, click on the video playlist given in the description. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video. Have a nice day.